Tatiana, but uh, is the American war industry, which is digging in its heels, Sushant. And you've got a weak president. You've got a lame duck president. I'm interested to know here, because if you've seen the personal dynamics, and Sushant, personal dynamics do play a role when it comes down to individuals. I do not know of any major leader of any other major power in the world besides Narendra Modi who represents a country with the significance and individually holds the stature and significance that Narendra Modi now does globally. You're aware of the personal equation between him and Donald Trump and between him and Vladimir Putin. I cannot think of a second person globally. Can you, Sushant? And therefore, how do you see things playing out, even after the American results?
So, Arnab, I tend to agree with you simply because I don't know of which other leader in the world can actually sit across Mr. Putin and as a friend, counsel that we need to get out of this war. But the war is not just in the hands of Mr. Putin. I think the other side just has to reciprocate. Both sides have to be interested in peace. I think what the Indian approach has been that, look, until and unless you're going to start if you're going to be fueling the war, then you're not going to be able to end it. If you're going to ostracize, isolate, sanction Russia, it hasn't gotten you very far. The Indian approach has been that, okay, fine, and that's what my takeaway was, that he has counseled that there needs to be some kind of a pause, some kind of a ceasefire so that the two sides can get together, some kind of a dialogue can start. Now, that's the only way forward. Otherwise, as Peter was saying, you will have another year of more bloodshed, of greater casualties, all kinds of things happening. And is that the way people want to go? Now, India looks at this war as not being in India's interest. It's not in the world's interest, and it is not even in Russia's interest. So we would like that this war comes to an end as soon as possible. And that is what we are making a plug for. But it's not just about the confusion in the American administration or the defense industry in the US, which is fueling this war. I think in the West, over the last 70 odd years, there is a kind of unique kind of indoctrination which has taken place, which portrays Russia as some kind of an ogre. And these guys simply don't understand that your real challenge is not from Russia. Russia is a potential ally. Your real challenge is from the Chinese. And by pushing the Russians even deeper into the arms of the Chinese, into the embrace of the Chinese, you're not really helping your cause. Now, just as India, for example, needs Russia to balance China, Russia looks at India also to balance China. That is something that the West should welcome. They should not be taking pot shots at us because we have a close relationship with Russia. In fact, they should use it, they should welcome it, they should encourage it, because this is something which will stand them in good stead going forward. So and the problem is, and I can tell you, if you go to Europe, for example, or you talk to American strategists, they somehow are so fixated on Russia rather than where they should actually be fixated on. And it is that which is actually, driving this conflict. And then the Godi media in Russia, this lapdog media which simply, swallows and vomits whatever is given to them by the deep states. It's crazy, because can't they see how the chessboard is, the global chessboard is placed? Can't they see what it is all about? One doesn't really have to endorse the war, and India hasn't endorsed Russia's war. In fact, we've always, found that this war should not have happened. But the war is happening. And what we would like is that this war should come to an end as soon as possible. But for that, both sides have to be ready.